We've seen a lot of games played between the Bears and the Packers. Would you say this was the most important game between them in recent years?
Yes, it's the most important game that they've had in recent years. There aren't many times where you have two teams battling it out, specifically the Bears and the Packers, and they're both almost double-digit win teams this late in the season. So 100%, it's one of the biggest games that I can remember for sure. I don't know what the definition of recent years is, but we can go back to the NFC Championship a while ago. That was pretty far ago. Go you guys, and then we can get into the second question.
Yeah, no, it's such a huge 100 and some years historic, storied rivalry. And so I will not, like, this is probably not the biggest one, but in recent times, like, I heard the term new Bears a lot this week for this new Bears team that they're trying to bring this new attitude, new coaching staff. I think this is the biggest game we've had by far. I think, again, I think I'll be talking about this game for a while with my son. Like, hey, I was there. We watched this game, this insane game. We had a 0.06% chance of winning that we somehow won. I agree. It's probably the most impactful win for this era of the Bears.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off because I know Chris is going to say it. You need to calm down, and everybody needs to calm down on this. I'm going to remember this game for the rest of my life. It's a fucking regular season game. And while I agree with you, if they play them in the first round of the playoffs and lose, this game will probably never be talked about again because it's meaningless.
You know what?
Now,
It'll be talked about, but for the wrong reasons.
If we beat them in the playoffs, then I will agree with you. This is one of those wins that projected us forwards. But to sit here and say we're going to talk about this forever, if we're not going to talk about it forever, if we lose to the Packers in the playoffs the first round.
Guys, 6 minutes to go. We were down by 10, 2 timeouts. We had no business being in the game. Like, literally, like, you could have walked away because we have seen Bears blow these games. That's the part I'm talking about. The fact that they didn't give up, they fought, came back and won. That's the part I think that's like historic.
But it's meaningless unless you do something in the playoff because it's just a regular season game.
I love that I've said nothing, and yet my thoughts are still like being discussed. It's kind of weird. It's a little like out of body experience. So here's my thing, because the question is talked about between the Packers and the Bears. Is this game going to mean something? That's what we really need to be asking. If this game was to win the division, yes, it'll be talked about more than people think, because this game helped clinch the division. That didn't happen, right? Do you think the Packers throughout all of these years can be like, oh, we remember this victory over the Bears because of this, or because they didn't give a shit? They won so many times. It was just another game to them. So for me, I'm with Miller in the sense that this game, it was regular season. There's been a lot of other games against other teams. The first one that I thought of right away was Bears Cardinals, where Matt Leinart was playing, and then the Bears' defense just came out of nowhere, got punt return, and then defense, and all of this things to win the game. And then we get the famous, oh, if you want to crown their ass, crown them. That game, that Monday night game, like, I think that was impactful, but that has nothing to do with the Packers. So when you're looking at like the Packers thing, is like the Packers were injured. Love was out. If we play against the Packers in the playoffs and Love is there and they win, Packers fans are going to be like, see, if we had Love, you guys wouldn't have won that game. So I'm with Miller. This game will mean more if the Bears do match up with the Packers in the playoffs and we get a win, and then we can say, hey, yeah, we have your number now. We won 2 in a row, especially in a bigger setting. This was big setting. It was the first Saturday night primetime game or something like that, and a lot of America now knows, like, if you didn't think the Bears were for real, now you know they're for real. When you're shaking your head, what you got?
I disagree. I like you guys again. Like, we were not supposed to be here. We were not supposed to be talking about playoffs. We were supposed to be 500 at our best with the tough schedule we had, right? Like, now we're talking about, if we're doing the playoffs, it doesn't matter. You guys are forgetting so soon where we came from. Like, this team is poised to be good for a couple of years, at least the setup we have, and to win at this juncture to a team, to a team that is like Super Bowl favorite since the get-go. I get they're injured, so were we. Like, you play who you have on the field. I don't think none of that matters. I think for where we are right now, this is a monumental win.
You just went from narrow scope to wide ass scope. Slow your roll. Like, I'm just saying, it's a huge win. Don't get me wrong. But the people that are saying, I'm going to remember this win, I'm going to tell my kids about it when they're older, where I was during this win, that's where I'm like, slow your roll. It's not the playoffs. Chris is actually arguing against his point with the whole Arizona Cardinal bullshit. But
well, I'm just saying from like a memorable, like memorable moment.
Yeah, you're
that's
arguing against your point because that was a regular season game. They're genius.
No,
But
I'm just comparing both regular season games, and I think that one's more memorable than this one. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't feel like, unless we take it to the next level, because we're about to probably play them in the first round. If we win that game, this game is going to be remembered forever.